to Brave in Action. It's my weekly live show where I come in and share just a little bit of knowledge of different ways that you can step out of fear and into bravery in your regular everyday life. I call that everyday brave. And why does it matter? Well, it matters because when we get honest about our fears, when we take them apart and we learn from them and we make intentional brave choices, when we choose bravely on purpose, we choose bigger, we win bigger, and it's contagious. And there's some folks in the room right now. So I talk to Instagram over here and Facebook and YouTube over here, and I kind of go back and forth a little bit. But I have some friends who I know are watching on Instagram right now who have firsthand lived experience with what a difference it makes in your life to choose bravery over fear and even over fearlessness, or the idea that you're supposed to be fearless, because that's bullshit. We all know that's not true, right? I'm so happy to have y'all here today. We are not doing a live show next week because I will be in Paris with my daughter Eve. We leave this evening, and I'm so excited to be taking her on this epic once in a lifetime trip. I've been planning it since she was a very little girl. So it seemed like a really good opportunity to do a live show about how brave it is to take a break. You know, we had this thing called a global pandemic. We still have it, but it's different than it was in 2020. And the one thing that I heard over and over and over again from everyone was that they hated the pandemic, they hated being shut in, but they didn't hate slowing down. They didn't hate the fact that they weren't running from thing to thing constantly, that they maybe had some time to reconnect. Now, I know that's not going to be true for everybody. I know people who lived alone. It got very difficult and very lonely. Hell, there were 7 of us at times, and it was just chaotic. And I was like, oh, but alone would be so lovely. There's always, the grass is always greener, right? But consistently, I heard people say it's nice to slow down and not have to apologize for it. It's nice to take a step back and take a little break and not have to feel bad. And I want to let you all know that you get to take a break. And it's brave to take a break, because we are not designed to go and go and go and go and go and go without ever pausing to care for ourselves, to be present in the moment, to do things that bring us joy and love, to self-compassion. My good friend Erica, who's here with us on Instagram right now, Erica was just telling me in our group coaching session this morning that she is committed to revolutionary joy. Now sit with that for a minute. She is committed to revolutionary joy. She's already got revolutionary passion. She's just born with it. That's the way she is. But what she felt like she was missing in her life was that joy, like unapologetic joy. And I was so thrilled to hear Erica commit to that. And I love that for all of you. And for me, to really, truly have that revolutionary joy, it has to come with taking a break. Now, I do that personally in a lot of different ways. I do it throughout the day. I will take naps. I'm a power napper. Does anybody do that? I can, and it's a learned skill. So if you're like, I couldn't do that, I totally get it. I can set a timer for 15 or 20 minutes, lay down, fall asleep, take a power nap, wake up, and really go again full power in the afternoon. That was not always the case. I taught myself to do that. Hey, Jenny, how are you? Hi, Zach. Nice to see you. I taught myself how to do that, and it's a game changer for me. I don't know how many of you are following human design, but I'm a projector in human design, and we have really limited energetic space. We get more done in 3 hours than most people get done in 8 hours, but after 3 hours, we are cashed. Well, society says, you got to work harder than that. You can't just work 3 hours. Like, what is wrong with you? And it's an issue. Some of you who've been hanging around for years, that's the limiting voice that I have consistently heard in my head my entire adult career, which is, Heather, you don't work hard enough. And it's not true. It's not true. I do work hard enough. I just work differently than everybody else does. And I allow myself to take a break and to rest. And I need it, I think, more than some other folks need it. Not everybody needs as much rest, but right? If you're practicing those 3 R's, reassessment, reframing, resilience, if you're practicing those 3 R's on a consistent basis, then what your signs are, what your indicators are that it is time to take a break. Now, you can take breaks throughout the day. I urge you, make sure you eat meals. Maybe go out and take a walk or stretch. If you're working from home, if you want to throw a load of laundry in or take a little break to read. Those of you who have been hanging around know that I schedule 15 to 30 minutes in every workday to sit and read a professional or a business or professional, but it's the same thing, personal or professional development book throughout the day, because reading and learning is a really important part of my journey and being able to support all of you and to grow on my own. I'm big for taking walks. I love water and baths. That's something that really helps me relax. Now, I have a friend and a former client who hates water and baths. Taking showers is something that causes her extreme distress. That's not relaxing for her. We have to know for ourselves what's relaxing. Just like we get to self-define brave, we get to self-define what's relaxing. Maybe it's going fishing, maybe it's going for a run. That doesn't sound relaxing to me, but maybe it does to you. So we want to be able to take those small mini breaks every day. And we also want to be able to take bigger ones. And I know that everybody's life circumstances are different, and your not just your financial ability, but your time and all of that. I do solo retreats several times a year where I go away for multiple days, 3 to 5 days. I do a tech detox when I do that. I don't work at all, totally off the map. Pretty much all I do is feed myself. I cook and I read, and I maybe take walks and listen to audiobooks. To me, that is how I rid myself of all of everybody else's energy. I cleanse everybody else's energy so that I can rebuild my own energy up. I'm a super empath, and actually, this is a great time. We're re-releasing this week. It'll come out tomorrow. No, next week. The Gifts of Sacred Rest, which is an episode I did of the Brave Files with Dr. Sandra Dalton Smith, and she's got the 7 different types of sacred rest. So y'all should go and listen to that. It'll be re-released a week from tomorrow. Check it out, because there are 7 different types of sacred rest, and we need them all. And so after I met with Dr. Dalton Smith, that's when I learned that I needed all sorts of different types of rest in my life to really rejuvenate and feel better. But also, I'm taking a week and a half off. Well, I am, because I'm taking my daughter to Paris. But let's even go back to the beginning of the summer. I put in an out of office that said I'm taking Mondays and Tuesdays off this summer so that I can hang out with my kids. You know the thing, 18 summers, it goes really fast. I want to be able to have special time with them. I want to not feel stressed or pressured. And so Mondays and Tuesdays off, I put an out of office auto reply on for every email that gets sent. It comes back and says, I hope you're enjoying your summer. I'm enjoying mine. If you're sending me a message on the weekend or on a Monday or Tuesday, I'll get back to you on the next business day. And so I decided, I used my reassessment tools. What did I want? What was going to serve me this summer? How did I want this summer to flow? Now, it's privileged. I'm not going to pretend that it's not privileged to be able to take some time off. I'm very lucky. I've also worked really hard to build a thriving business that I am able to manage and negotiate my schedule to my own terms. Lots of privilege. Also, I work really hard for it, and you can do that too. I see Taylor says that he's currently in his 3rd week of a 12-week sabbatical. I would love to talk with you about that, a 12-week sabbatical. And are you going anywhere wonderful, doing anything amazing? Or are you just staying home and chilling? I want to hear all about it. I love the idea of a sabbatical. That's amazing. And then, you have the right to take time off, to take vacation. I'm so excited and so unapologetic about saying, I am not going to be checking email. I'm not checking Slack. I'm not answering my phone. I am going to be present in Paris with my kid, and then we are going to have a great time. And whatever it is that you need, I will take care of getting it to you when you get back. Right? So it's all in the communication. But I want you to remember that you deserve to take a break. You have earned the right to take a break, not just because it's summer. You can take a break whenever you want, and you can build in those small breaks, or maybe you need a big one. Maybe, like Taylor, you need a 3-month break. Well, I don't know. What does it look like for you? My friend Erica, we talked about her earlier today, my client and friend. Erica's taken a few weeks off to focus and do some dreamscaping and figure out who and where and what she wanted out of life. Those are bigger extremes, but also I want you to know that you have every right to take up space for yourself and with yourself. Communicate it clearly to clients, to family, friends, people around you. If you need to go out to dinner by yourself or go out and sit in the middle of a park or read a book, take walks. If you need some space and say, look, I'm going to go into this room and I'm going to close the door and I need you to not interrupt me for an hour, you have the right to do that. How many moms do I know that say, oh, the only place I can go to be alone is the bathroom, but even that's not alone because they're constantly knocking on the door? Well, communicate. Now, if they're tiny little babies, that might be harder for them to understand, but if they can communicate, say, this is what I'm going to be doing. Let me set you up for success. I've had lots of clients who have done this with smaller children who aren't school aged while having a work meeting. They work from home, they're an entrepreneur, they run their own business, whatever it is. They'll say to their kids who are, 3, 4, 5 before school, I'm going to be in this meeting. Here are some things set up for you, things you can do. It's not the same as taking a break, but we can have those conversations with our kids, and we can communicate it. And we should certainly be able to do so with our partners. I know lots and lots of people. I don't mean to exclude men, Taylor, but particularly women whose husbands interrupt them constantly or want to solve a problem or want to do this or that and want to talk. You have the right to tell your partner or your spouse, I need this space. Here's why. I need you to respect it. All right? You have every right to do that. You have earned that. You know why you've earned it? Because you're a human being and you exist. That's all you had to do to earn it. You just had to be a human being that exists to earn the right to take up personal space for yourself. That's it. You didn't have to do anything special. You didn't have to win a prize. You didn't have to take a test. You just have to be a human being that exists. And guess what? You are. How cool is that? So if anything else, I just wanted to let you all know that I am practicing what I preach. I am taking a break. I'm super excited. I'll be posting on TikTok probably and a little bit on Instagram some of our adventures. We have so many fun things planned if you want to follow along. If you are going to miss us next week for Brave in Action, first of all, thank you. I'm glad you're here and that you might miss us. You can catch past episodes. If you go to vickeryandco.com/social, there's a direct link, or if you are signed up for my newsletter, I am sending you the link on Monday. You can go watch one of many, many, many past episodes. But what I really hope is that you choose to take the time to do something wonderful for yourself. And I'd love to hear what it is. You can send me a message, a DM, you can email me and let me know how you are taking a break. How are you prioritizing taking a break and stepping back and having that time for yourself? I would love to hear all of that. Let's see, we've got some comments here on Facebook. Set the boundary and take the break. People will be okay if you're not available all the time. They really will be. The notion that people need us to not take a break all the time is so self-centered. Doesn't that sound counterintuitive? We think we're giving. We think we're giving by never taking a break. But what we're really doing is saying, you can't function without me. And it's probably not true. They probably can. Now, maybe we need to train them to function without us. Maybe we need to help them see how, but they definitely can. And they're going to be fine. They're totally going to be fine. So I want to pull a Create Brave card. How many of you are familiar with my Create Brave cards? This is a deck of manifestation cards that I created with my amazing friend, Rachel Swanson. Rachel is a creativity coach. I am the Brave Method coach. I'm a transformational coach, success coach. We do mindset. We do all that fun stuff. We kick ass is what we do. We change your life. We change your business. And Rachel and I created this set of cards because we love affirmation cards and tarot cards, things like that. But we hadn't seen any that were sort of in the coaching, inspiration, manifestation area. So we did it together. We combined our two coaching elements. She did all of the artwork. She needs all the props for that because look how gorgeous these cards are. And they came with a book that has the focus word, the affirmation, a coaching guidance from both of us, as well as action steps, create brave prompt action steps that you can do right away. So at the end of some of my Brave in Action live shows, I like to pull a card. It's for me, for the week ahead, for my journey. And if you feel aligned to it, it's for you. And I usually shuffle until one pops out. And guess what? One did. This is the card that came up for me. I'm going to show everybody. It's gathering. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, Erica highly recommends the deck. Thank you, Erica. I'm so glad you love yours. Gosh, this I'm going to show it again. Look at this artwork. Isn't it just gorgeous? Rachel just outdid herself. It says gathering. I naturally draw people, objects, and experiences that are meant to be in my life. So that does that resonate with you? Are we feeling that? What does that tell you? When you hear that, what opens up for you? What ideas pop into your mind? What shifts pop into your mind? What opportunities, new exciting things, or maybe you've been meaning to follow up with someone or a group of people and you haven't and you want to. One of my superpowers is creating community. And it took me a long time to be able to say that and not feel like I was being a pompous ass. But I am able to create communities of people who elevate one another in really magical, beautiful ways. I know that Erica has been a member of one of those communities, and it's just such a gift. And so maybe for me, this is a reminder to keep building community and to not walk away from that. And I'm going to read the prompt, the coaching guidance that goes with it, if I can find it with you. I naturally draw people, objects, and experiences that are meant to be in my life. Coaching guidance. This is the moment to gather people, joy, right? Erica's gathering radical joy. To gather people, joy, gratitude, and anything else that fills you up. Surround yourself with things that raise your energy and lift up your spirits. Make intentional choices on what you want to bring into your life. Let's just say that again. Make intentional choices for what you want to bring into your life. Information, knowledge, sources, resources, solutions, and creativity are all at your fingertips. Gather those that move you forward. Gather emotions also: love, light, gratitude, and joy. Be a common place for others to find light and feel connected. Bring more of what you love into your life, and you will be surrounded by examples of your true self. And here's the Create Brave prompt. It's easy to be lulled by the day-to-day routines of your life. That's what we talked about at the very beginning. It's so easy to feel stuck in a rut or like you don't fit in. This is the time to think about what you do want in your life and begin bringing these things together. Commit to taking one small intentional action towards gathering all of your soul's desires. I definitely needed this card today. The universe was like, Heather, Heather. But did any of you, did it resonate? Did it connect? I'd love to hear your thoughts on gathering or gather and how that made you feel and how it resonated. If you don't have a set of Create Brave cards and you would like one, go to vickeryandco.com/social and it'll take you to where you can buy one. And I will get it sent out to you with a little personal note as soon as I get back from Paris, not before then. Thanks, you guys. I hope you're going to take a break, take some time for yourself, practice that radical joy, be in a state of abundance. I want to hear about all radical and revolutionary joy. Yes, radical and revolutionary joy, and radical and revolutionary naps. I like it. I want to hear, I want to connect, stay in touch. I will see you in 2 weeks. Thank you so, so much for being here. It's a pleasure to be on this journey with you. I am Heather Vickery, reminding you today and every day to go out and choose bravely. Bye, y'all.